2, 1, we're live. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury channel. Today I'm doing a new concept. I've got a paid review. And I want to do this with CLYDE. I've picked a few to do with CLYDE, so we're doing one now. So paid reviews with CLYDE, and we're going to be charging a little bit extra for these. These are going to be $40 US if you want CLYDE's involvement with me, but this person gets the free upgrade. Hi Arch, I loved your most recent videos about wealth not equaling happiness. That's what I think that was the Archie Explodes with the Rolex guy.
Right.
Are you familiar with the concept of the hedonic treadmill? I think this kind of explains exactly what you talk about through many of your vids. So what price for an ArchieLuxury independent appraisal of this theory? Hedonic treadmill. All the best, I. Now, let's just go over. I've gone on to my favorite encyclopedia, Wikipedia, because that is go to your wiki. And basically, the hedonic treadmill, also known as the hedonic adaptation, is the observed tendency of humans to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite major positive or negative events or life changes. This could be something like you suddenly win the lotto. You would think it would keep you happy forever. No, no, no. You return to the person you always were. Whingy, nasty, and shitty. It could also be, I got to tell you this, as a collector, this is turning me to drink, if you don't mind. I'm just going to have a Talisker, a small Talisker 10, because it's Friday night where CLYDE is. It may be Saturday morning where I am, but I've got international viewers, so
all for the fans. All for the fans.
And you see that lizard lick the bottle too? Did you see? Okay, CLYDE.
I did.
CLYDE. Now, I wanted to talk to you. This happens to me and you. Like, let me explain to you. We're collectors. We lust after a piece, like a Rolex. We get it. And before you know it, we thought this was going to be a life-changing. Before you know it, we're not happy anymore. You understand what I mean? We're back to ourselves. Even though it's like when I got to go on.
Let me put this in pop culture terms. Mm-hmm. I think it was series 2 or season 2 of the original series of Star Trek, Amok Time.
Mm-hmm.
Spock's parting words to his
1 minute.
Spock's parting words. Pizza Pagoda is delivering meatball subs.
I just had a sausage and egg sandwich delivered.
Oh,
toasted. Nice. Yeah.
So Pizza Pagoda does breakfast now. Breakfast backyard deliveries.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, to quote the one of the final words of on the planet Vulcan from Amok Time is Spock telling his rival for the I can't remember the woman's name, quite frankly, but you may find that having is not nearly so pleasurable as wanting.
I actually remember that quote. I remember that quote, CLYDE.
Live long and prosper, Mr. Spock. I shall do neither, for I have killed my captain and my friend. And like in other words, you know, life goes on. Life goes on when it's bad. Life goes on.
I mean, you buy this watch, this dream watch. Do they make you happy? They don't.
I think they do, actually.
This is what happens with consumerism. You have a little pip. You buy something you really want, like whether it's a watch or a Mercedes-Benz, or it gives you a little pip, and within a few weeks, you return to normal. You understand? It doesn't make you eternally happy. This is why people hoard and consume, endlessly consume.
He said, taking a bite into the sandwich, and okay, boy, they're going to have fun on the live. I wish I was on the live comments right now. Yeah, but the thing is also, you can't really depend on external influences to determine how you feel inside. Just a couple of quick program notes, and happiness is an inside job. Happiness is a direction, not a destination. The pleasure is in the fisting. No, wait, that was off the channel. Sorry, strike that last one. But yeah, and for some, yeah,
it's funny, I know people sorry.
Well, I was going to say in Claremore, actually, a little bit northeast of Tulsa, there is the J.M. Davis Gun Museum. Probably one of the largest collections of firearms in the United States. And it was started in the 1920s by a hotel owner and a civic leader, mayor a couple of times, James Davis, hotel owner. And literally any gun, any firearm you can think of is there. Anything. I mean, it's huge, vast building. So it's if you're a firearms nut or a history nut, it's tremendous viewing. You spend a couple hours there, I remember taking my son there for the first time and just literally walking to see him walk on wide-eyed wonder. So there's something for everyone.
Coming from Australia, the government took our guns away, and that means absolutely nothing to me. But okay.
Well, they have museums in Australia, don't they?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. It's like the guy who has. Let me say this to you: does the guy with 10 Ferraris, does he love his Ferraris more than the guy with 1 Ferrari?
Well, I was going to say the interesting thing is about Mr. Davis. Before he expired, he donated his extensive museum to the state.
Oh, I see.
And in return, true, but he also wanted everyone else. He had on display in the various buildings he's on beforehand. He loved to show and talk about them. And also, he was granted a special dispensation by the state legislature. He and his wife are buried in the building.
Oh, I see. Wow. So
in a certain sense, he did kind of take them with him.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's also like the oil millionaires in, I think, Houston, that was buried with her sports car. I think she's buried with a Maserati or a Ferrari or something. Actually buried in it.
Oh, you're joking, aren't you?
No. Texas oil millionaires buried in her sports car. She died relatively young. I think it may have been a procedure from a surgical procedure or something botched. But she was buried in a negligee.
Wow.
She also took it with her as well.
Wow. Sandra West was her name?
That's correct.
Wow. That is an amazing story. And she was actually quite a good-looking bird.
And rich as hell.
She was from she was born 1939, died 1977, was a Texas oil heiress and Beverly Hills socialite. Her unusual burial request was that her brother-in-law, Sol West, should bury her in her 1964 powder blue Ferrari 330 America, wearing a lacy nightgown, in her seat reclined at a comfortable angle.
She took it with her as well.
She left an estate of approximately $3 million. Well, that must be in 1977 terms. Cause of death, overdose of prescription medication.
She could not wait to be buried with her Ferrari, obviously. She had to basically hurry the process along.
So the brother Sol would receive $2 million if her wishes were carried out. If not, he would get $10,000.
And a fist.
After going to court to try and they went to court to try to get out of it. which required a 2-month temporary burial. Nope, they buried her in the Ferrari. Wow, 330 America. Oh, so listen to this. They the car and West were encased in a box measuring 10 feet, which was hauled to it. A box measuring 10 feet wide by 9 feet deep by 19 feet long was hauled to the gravesite in San Antonio, Texas, on a flatbed and interred in a hole 9 feet. Burial. After burial, a ready-mix truck encased the box in concrete.
Beep, beep, beep. Kind of a cool story.
That's
money can't buy happiness, but it can buy you a hellacious burial.
Now, just to everyone's saying to me, I can see the comments on the board there. What exactly was this Ferrari she had there? So here we go. Here we go. Can you see that now? That's not a 330. That's a 330. This is her. That's her car there.
Yep.
There's she was, geez, what a fucking really nice looking bird too. You know that?
Yep. Well, we were still skinny in the 70s. Not to mention, if you're rich, it helps.
Jesus, she looked very, very cute. I would have. I like her. I like her. It's really. And here's the
burial.
Yeah, very sad. Drug overdose. I mean, why would someone that rich have drug overdose? That's just crazy, crazy, crazy. You've got so much to live for. You understand?
Right.
So much to live for.
Well, and again, it's the hedonist. That could be actually the hedonistic treadmill right there. Hedonistic adaptation, because even though you have all happy. Didn't have, yeah.
It didn't make her happy.
Did it make any mention about her having luxury watches?
No, it didn't.
Well,
but
there you go.
I imagine that there certainly would be. Very, very sad story indeed. I really feel for the Ferrari. That's what I feel sorry for.
Excellent Car Video says, dig up the damn car. It's worth more than $3 million now.
Not a 330 Americana. You can buy one of those for about 150.
Okay.
There's a very, very good website on the net, tomyang.net. He actually restored a 330 Americana. They're a great car. I love it. I love it. It's a 2+2. The two-seater ones were actually quite a lot more valuable. Right. Believe it or not, when they were new, they were the same price. But as a collectible down the track, the two-seater ones are worth a lot more than the 2+2s. So it is a very desirable car, but it's not a two-seater Ferrari like a 250 GT. Okay, it's not
really a true sports car.
No, it is. It's a Ferrari. It's not 12. It's got a V12 engine in it, for God's sake. Do you understand?
Right, but it's not iconic. It's not an iconic Ferrari.
Yes, it is actually. It's a fantastic. Actually, Enzo Ferrari said that's the. I believe that's the model he drove around in.
The 2x2.
A 2+2. It's called because it's got two seats in the back.
Right.
Yeah, he actually they are a fantastic car. There's nothing wrong with them. They're amazing. Okay.
Going through the comments, Archie, talk about how great the Speedmaster is again.
So, Clyde, I want to just recap on this hedonistic treadmill. What it means is, I got to tell you the truth. You know, when I was really into the hoarding, I had a bit of a hoarding problem, Clyde, where I was buying a lot of stuff on credit. I was 82,000 in credit card consumer debt. Okay. Right. I wanted more. I had an insatiable appetite. The only way I could stop was when I actually started selling some of the things off. And I got to be honest with you now. I kind of think I am materialistic. Of course I am. I'm materialistic. I love watches, but I don't need to own every model.
Right. Oh, can I say one thing?
Sure.
New York guy, give me a call. Give me a call.
Who?
Go ahead.
New York who?
Guy. New York lawyer.
Look, I tell you honestly, Clyde, you bought a lot of watches. Are you more happy than when you had one watch, or it hasn't changed? See, this is the hedonistic treadmill. It says, well, hasn't really done anything, or it has done something for you. Are you more happy or not?
Actually, I really am. I've actually met some really great people in the watch collecting community. I'm getting actually pretty active in the local national chambers. Of the National Association of Watch and Clock Collectors. I have to pronounce that very slowly and deliberately.
Okay, so what you're saying is that I think, I got to be honest with you, the hedonic treadmill, I think it's true. Buying endless watches will not necessarily make you happy. I think, I got to be honest with you, I think there's a balance, right?
Okay.
There's a balance. If you let it get out of hand, I think it just becomes like, I was collecting those Louis Vuitton suitcases. I just wanted more. I'd go on eBay looking for the next one. And I wanted more and more and more and more and more. It was insatiable appetite. I wanted 3 Pateks. I had 2 Pateks. Actually, I had 3. I had ladies and 2 men's. And I wanted a 3rd men's because I wanted a rose gold, yellow gold, and white gold. I wanted the combo. You know what I mean? I just crazy. And I got to be honest with you, when I started selling them off, it doesn't mean I'm so much unhappy. I feel a lot freer because I got rid of my debt, and I've still got a few nice pieces. I don't need every variation or piece covered. I mean, sometimes in this world, some people get too crazy.
Right.
And the hedonistic treadmill, that's right, you get addicted. That's why people become hoarders. They get a high from buying something which lasts very temporary. Like you're still in a bit of a high now. See, Clyde's in a high. Look at this drug he's got there. I mean, it doesn't have to be booze. It doesn't have to be booze, my friend. You get a high out of hunting things down and getting a deal and a bargain, and Clyde's in the high. So next week we're expecting a low. It'll take about a week for you to boom. Oh, I got to buy something else now. It's consumerism at its worst. And look at this guy here. He's in such a high. It's 36 degrees Celsius, 97 degrees Fahrenheit. He's happy to sit there in a suit and tie and chat on my channel. This is how crazy he is. You're out of your mind, Clyde. The hedonistic treadmill, hedonic treadmill, I think it's true. I think you need to put it into moderation. You need to say, okay, let's put this into moderation. That's what you need to do. You got to put it into moderation, and you've got to respect it, because if you get too caught up in consumerism, I think it'll suck. What do you think?
Possibly, or the other possibility is then try to solve another watch.
Because I mean, if you look at your life, I don't want to be rude because I love you, but if you look at your life there, you're not really balanced. Look at his bedroom. This is his bedroom where he spends so much. He's got a rubber mattress. Those sheets probably haven't been washed in weeks.
No, actually, they're washed twice a week.
And you look at the, I would hate to sit on that rubber mattress. It'd be all wet. You sit down on it, it'd be all wet and sticky and stenchy. And the artwork. Look at this room here. Look at this. This is not a. Look at this guy here. He's living in this room. No paintings have been hung up. He's got a fan. No curtains. My God, Clyde. I can't imagine the food scraps and rodents that are on the floor there, scurrying around. I can't imagine what the floor looks like in your apartment.
Sorry, what?
I can't imagine what the floor looks like in your apartment here.
I can't imagine either. I can't see it.
Pizza boxes.
No, I don't do pizza.
Wrappers,
I really don't do pizza.
Those chicken wings we were talking about. I just can't imagine this here. And it's just discarded underwear in the corner. Socks in the other corner. This is a bachelor pad.
I have hampers for that.
This is a true bachelor pad, actually. Clyde,
Yep.
I got to be honest with you. I think materialism, if you're not careful, it can become consuming. So many people need to have all these material goods don't necessarily make you happy. I think in moderation, that's the aim. You've got to get it in moderation. How many watches does a normal man need really in life? How many wristwatches does a man really, really need? You tell me that, Clyde. Please tell me that. How many does a man
Probably one. Probably one.
One good watch?
Yeah. Or an IWC Engineer.
I got to tell you, Clyde, you know, since I've had that IWC Engineer, I've had nothing but good luck. It's like a talisman. I'm scared to take it off.
Okay. Well, good. Then keep it. Obviously, you and the Engineer,
yes,
are meant for each other.
I just get good luck.
Maybe you should. And the Patek is bad luck.
The Patek is kind of neutral. It's neutral.
No. You were saying bad luck. You were saying bad luck earlier. We can roll. We can have an engineer reverse the footage or roll the footage.
Sure. Of course. Yeah. It is. It is bad luck. It's brought me bad luck. Yes, you're right.
Maybe you should send the world time to Kim Jong-un and bring about world peace.
I can't do that. That's too expensive.
You'd like it.
I love looking at the world time in the box. You know, that's something that really makes me happy is looking at it in the box.
But so many times you've preached that goods are meant to be worn. It's not just meant to be set in a box. But I was also thinking about something as well. I also remember a couple of times talking about modern Rolexes. There's so many of them made that can they ever really be collectible?
That's exactly right. That's why those 50s and 60s gold pieces, they're super rare, aren't they? What do you think?
Well, you know,
they're not making that. You can't buy that stuff anymore, you know?
Yeah, the problem is generally with antiques, they generally quit making them a long time ago. So that's the only problem. I'm waiting for someone to make new antiques, but it's not catching on.
Not catching on. So,
but my the serial number for the Explorer dial is like in the 400,000s.
What's that for?
The Explorer dial. Bigger.
Yes,
so
yes.
That's not 400,000 that year.
That's 400,000 up to that point. I know exactly what you mean. You're right. You're right. That's that is exact. You hit it on the head. That's why they are very, very, very. They're not making them anymore. That's a great piece, Clyde. I got to tell you, Hedonic Treadmill. Can material goods make? I think they can make you happy, but I wouldn't agree with him 100% because does that mean we should give our shit away and join the Hare Krishnas? No. I think there needs to be a balance. I think there needs to be a fine balance. I think in life we are materialistic creatures. If we're just endlessly buying things, sure. But
Actually, I was kind of thinking more of an hedonistic stationary bicycle. It's easier on the joints.
So what do you think? Do you see yourself? I see you're still in the high. See, you're still in the consumer high from buying that boy-sized gold watch. That's okay. You'll learn to hate it next week. You'll be in a low. You have to buy something else to cheer yourself up. I know. It happens to me too.
Okay. Well, I can always start drinking again.
But no, don't do that. The Hedonic Treadmill, I got to tell you the truth. Yeah, I think it's true, but you need to keep things in moderation. You can't just focus one part of your life. I think you have to be sensible about this because if you focus just on one thing, it'll go bad. You know, that's my own view. If you focus on just one thing, it will go bad. So that's my view, Clyde. I think the Hedonic Treadmill is true. Like you see a lotto winners, they're not going to stay eternally happy. Eventually they run out of money and they return to normal.
Okay, another pop culture reference.
Yes.
Buckaroo Banzai and the Adventures in the Fifth Dimension.
Okay, tell me. I never heard of it.
Oh, it's great. It's a great cult flick. But one of the quotes is, "No matter where you go, there you are."
I see. Okay, fair enough.
It was from a Western philosopher, and featurely predominant in the movie.
So cool. So cool. So
and
cool.
and sometimes, and like I said, the high, and sometimes it is the thrill of the hunt. And sometimes, and right now, actually, the nice thing, it's almost like a free high because the watch market has kind of dried up.
Yes.
Right now. I mean, even Polar Explorers are going for like $47.50. They're going for submarine money.
Clyde, I think we've answered this hedonic treadmill question. What do you think? Have I given him value?
I think you have.
So to answer the question, yes, I do believe in it, but I think if you make materialism, material goods, your sole purpose of being, it'll be bad. But if you have a few things that make you happy, it's always nice to have a nice car. It's nice to have a nice watch. It's nice to have a nice home, nice to have a nice wife. These are all things we can aspire to. And then that nasty bitch will turn around, take it all, and leave you. That's what'll happen. That's what'll happen. So let that be a hedonistic warning.
I don't know. You think I should sell the Submariner No Date to South Carolina vintage Rolex watches or not?
No. Why would you sell it? It's a great piece.
Okay, you were just saying, nice. Hippie bullshit. Let it less possessions.
No. I'm saying too many. If you've got too many, but if you're just buying endlessly, but you're not. These things are all they mean a lot to you. So later on, you can downsize, sure, but you've got a lot of living to give, Clive. So let's cut that there. I think we've answered that nicely. That's one paid review less I have to do now, Clive.
Awesome. One review closer to opening that juicy, juicy box. Well, wait. Okay. I didn't phrase that very well, did I? You know what I mean.
Sure. Okay. Now, Clyde, I've actually been paid a lot of money for this next topic.
Okay.
And
you want to cut it short and do another one?
Yeah, of course. We're going to do another one. Of course. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do this one now. Okay.
Okay.
So let's cut this one and stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Okay, Clyde. We got to